This paper examines gluttony as a moral, psychological, and biblical concept, arguing that it is not merely excessive eating but a deeper issue of excess, desire, and loss of self-control. By exploring common definitions, human experiences across social classes, and key biblical passages, the paper presents gluttony as a persistent human challenge that adapts to circumstances and opportunities. Scripture is shown to frame gluttony as being ruled by appetite rather than wisdom or God, emphasizing moderation, discipline, and spiritual alignment. The study highlights the relevance of biblical teachings on gluttony for both ancient and modern contexts. Main text gluttony is commonly understood as habitual overindulgence, especially in food or drink, beyond what is necessary or healthy. More broadly, it refers to excessive desire or consumption of anything, including pleasure, comfort, possessions, or attention. At its core, gluttony represents excess without self-control and a loss of the ability to say, enough. While often trivialized in everyday language, gluttony has long been recognized as a serious moral and spiritual concern. The struggle with gluttony is not limited to any one social or economic group. Wealth does not cause gluttony, but it can increase access to opportunities for indulgence. Among the wealthy, gluttony may appear as constant luxury, extravagance, or waste rather than sheer quantity, while those with fewer resources may also struggle with excess when opportunity arises. This universality suggests that gluttony is a human issue rooted in desire, habit, culture, and self-discipline, rather than income alone. Gluttony often feels ever-present, waiting for moments of stress, boredom, celebration, or abundance. It adapts easily, shifting from food to entertainment, shopping, work, or the pursuit of pleasure and control. In this way, gluttony functions less as a single act and more as an ongoing challenge to self-awareness. It frequently arises not from deliberate moral failure, but from fatigue, distraction, or unexamined habits. When approached reflectively, gluttony can serve as a teacher, revealing whether desire or deliberate choice governs a person's life. The Bible addresses gluttony directly and indirectly, consistently warning against excess and lack of restraint. Proverbs 23:20-21 cautions against overindulgence in food and drink, linking gluttony with poverty and spiritual dullness. Deuteronomy 21:20 associates gluttony with rebellion and stubbornness, highlighting its social and moral consequences. These passages portray gluttony not as a minor weakness, but as a serious disorder of character. Other biblical texts emphasize moderation and self-control. Proverbs 25:16 illustrates how even good things become harmful when consumed in excess, while Proverbs 23:13 warns of temptation in settings of abundance and urges vigilance over appetite. In the New Testament, Philippians 3:19 condemns those whose God is their stomach, portraying appetite as a form of idolatry. Similarly, 1 Corinthians 6:12 stresses that freedom must be balanced by discipline, declaring that one should not be mastered by any desire. Taken together, these passages reveal that the biblical understanding of gluttony extends beyond food to encompass any form of excess that displaces wisdom, discipline, or devotion to God. Gluttony represents a misalignment of priorities, where physical or earthly desires dominate the inner life. Scripture therefore calls for awareness, restraint, and intentional living as remedies to excess. Summary. This paper presents gluttony as a multifaceted concept involving excess, self-control, and misplaced desire rather than simple overeating. It shows that gluttony affects all people, regardless of wealth, and often emerges as a persistent temptation tied to human vulnerability. Biblical teachings consistently warn against gluttony by emphasizing moderation, discipline, and spiritual priorities. Ultimately, gluttony is portrayed as an ongoing moral challenge that invites self-examination and a conscious commitment to balance and wisdom.